everybody, this is Christine. Welcome to my channel Scrap and Rabbit. Today I want to show you a mini album that I made. It's a little bit different from my other mini albums because the pages are just single layer and they're not pocket pages. And I'm going to post this album on eBay eventually, and hopefully the Canada Post strike will resolve itself soon so I can actually have some listings back up again. But I just wanted to show you this album to give you guys some ideas. I'm not going to be making a tutorial on this because it's just basically flaps and pockets like my other albums, except this one does have just the single pages, and I already posted a tutorial on my channel that shows how to make the single pages all-in-one pages. I'll include a link to it in the description of this video so you can see how I went about binding the pages together. It's a really, really simple way to do it, and I'm sure a lot of people are already doing it. So I'm just going to go quickly over this album. I used the Heartfelt Creations paper pack, and it's this one called Majestic Morning Collection. And because these Heartfelt Creations paper packs are so expensive, I've combined it with some other paper pads that I already had and some leftover paper from my stash. So that extends the paper pack. I still have a lot of the card fronts in here, like that I can use in another album. But I like extending the paper pads that way. So on the cover, I have a little ribbon rose and some flowers that I made with Heartfelt Creations die, and I've got this little flourish here, and my title reads Keys from the Past Unlock Doors to the Future. And I found that on the internet. I can't remember where, but it was someone who had submitted it to a website about different titles for scrapbooking, and I thought that was so cool. I was looking for something that would go with this physics key that I put on the front. And I've got this little butterfly on there, and I just punched out a little border. And on the side I used this really neat upholstery fabric. It's very three-dimensional, very textured. So I put that on the spine, and then on the back again I've got a punched border, and this is just left plain. I mean, I could put a die cut there to for a date or journaling. I usually do that. I didn't do this on this album. I might go ahead and do that. The closure is, again, the toggle and hoop. I like using this type of closure. It's very simple to do, and I like adding these little charms on there as well. So I have a little key charm, and then some little beads that are attached, and this just comes undone like that. Very simple. So here's the inside cover. It reads, Memories Are Forever, and I have again a little flower that I punched there, and photo mat, and then this comes out like that, and this is from another paper collection. I can't remember the name of it, but it's not all Heartfelt Creations, like I said. So on this page, there's room for a little note here, and this pulls out like that. And then I've got a little bit of bling along the bottom. This folds up, and there's room for 2 photos there. And then this folds over to the right, and then there's lots of tags inside, and they're not two-sided because these are for journaling or for adding photos. Because these Heartfelt Creation tags are so pretty, I think some people might hesitate about actually putting a photo on there. So you can put the photo on the back, and you can always journal on the front on some of them. But these are very pretty tags, so you can also put your photos on the back. And there's room for more in here. On this page, I've got another 2 tags. And I've got some bling on the side. Oops, I'm going to have to replace that. One of them fell off. I'm going to have to glue that back on. And on this page, this opens like that. I've got a flower here, a little flourish. And this just pulls out like that. So there's lots of room for pictures. And then here, there's room for journaling. And you can put another photo here. So like I said, this is made with the all-in-one binding. And I'll include a link to the tutorial on how to do that. And I added a little bit of a pink border in between my gussets because I didn't want, I'm using white watercolor paper, and I didn't like just a plain white in the middle, so I added a little bit of pink here for color. And also I should mention that because my watercolor paper was textured, my two-sided tape didn't stick as well as I was hoping it would, so I removed it and I used white glue instead, and that works perfect. These pages are not going to budge. So on this side I have another pocket, a little bit of bling on the top, little flowers, and this folds up like that, and then there's a small tag here. More pockets on this side. Two more tags. And then these also pop out. I'll include the names of the dies that I used for the flowers, as well as these embellishments here and here. So here's another one. This comes out like that. This is a long tag, so there's lots of room for journaling on the back, and you could put two smaller photos on the front. A little bit of bling here, a pretty image there. This folds open, and then this folds open. And there's a waterfall in here with lots of room, again, for photos. And then here's another large pocket, two tags, and you can slide some more photos in there. And then here, there's a little miniature tag, and then you can also put something behind here and put a photo up there. So I'm surprised at how much room there is actually for photos, considering that I usually make my albums as pocket pages, so there's usually room for a large tag on the side, but there's still lots of room in this album, even though they're just single layered pages. So here's another flap, room for photo there, and you can slide under here if you wanted to add something else. This folds down, and then there's two more tags here, and there's room for journaling or a note here. I hope this is staying in frame. And then here I have a large tag, some bling on the corners, another pretty flower, a little tag here, another one in here, a bit more bling on the sides here, excuse me, and then this opens up. You can journal here or put a photo. And then of course put another photo down here. On this page, lots of bling here, photo, and then you open that, you get a large photo mat here, and then inside here you can put tons of pictures because this is like a sideways waterfall, and you could put 2 photos per page here. You would crop them, but there's lots of room in here. And then here I've got 2 more tags. This is plain on the back, pretty flower, a little bit of bling, and there's room for a title here, and this opens. You can put a large photo here, and then 2 more photo mats. Oh, no, sorry, this is 1 photo mat. It looks like 2. It's 1 photo mat, and it just slides in behind here. This folds down like that. And then finally, on this page, I've got a large tag here. Flourish, flower, and some more bling. And I punch the border, and this opens. And there's a large pocket with mats. And then on the back, extra large photo mats. And here this reads memories, and I've got another little tag that slides in there, some bling on the corner. So that's my album. Like I said, I'm not going to make excuse me, a tutorial on this one because it's just pockets and flaps, and once you have a tutorial to make an album with pockets and flaps, you can pretty much make any album you want. You know, this album actually is very similar to my 8x8, where I do show how to make pockets and flaps and that. So it's a very basic album, and it's single pages, and it's a great way to use up some paper scraps too, because I do want to expand my expensive paper stacks as much as possible with some of the other stuff I already have in my stash. So I hope this gave you some ideas. Have a good day.